Hello, I'm sitting on a sunny slope in a valley quite close to the Congo mountain, Congo-san. The mountain, very interesting, high, sacred mountain nearby Osaka, Japan. And today is November 5. And you can see this wonderful plant near me in fruits. So this is a Baclia. Baclia or Baclia, whatever you prefer to pronounce the name, either by Latin rules or by rules of English language, because plant was named after the Samuel Buckley, which was Texas geologist and who made a geological survey of Texas. So plant is in Japan, but discovered by name of Texas researcher. So very typical story. The plant was described twice. So first time it's described by Torrey in 1843 from America, but Siebert in 1845, like 2 years later, described a very similar plant from Japan and call it quadrilia because, well, sometimes you can see wonderful like 4 wings in the fruits of Baclia. According to botanical rules, the earlier name is correct. Plants must go to the same genus anyway. So Japanese or American ones be members of same genus. So name of genus was the earlier name which made by Torrey in 1843. So Baclia. Baclia is wonderful plant in many respects. It belongs to family Santalaceae. Interesting plant from, well, family of parasite shrubs and trees. And they are large plants. So they should parasitize on roots of even larger plants. So here in this small valley, Baclia is probably parasitic on roots of Hemipcyperus and maybe Quercus, oaks. So, well, these big plants will give nutrients enough, at least water enough, to allow plants of big size, parasites of big size, to grow on their roots. So do not attempt to cultivate Baclia without the host plant, if you want to cultivate it anyway. Santalaceae is a family of plants which is rich of unusual characters, and Baclia is not an exception. So plant today, on November 5th, has fruits with wings, and it is guessed that, like exceptionally, because most of Santalaceae have animal distributed fruits, but exceptionally Baclia is likely wind distributed. Nevertheless, fruits are considered to be edible. So young leaves of Baclia, even old leaves of Baclia, and fruits of Baclia are edible, at least in some regions of Japan. So maybe there are 2 ways of distribution: wind, which will use these wings to distribute fruits, and also maybe some animals like deer can also distribute the fruit. So Baclia is rich of fruits, and this is of course female plant because the plant is dioecious. There are male and female. Flowers are extremely insignificant. The size of flowers, which typically appear in summer, is about like 4 millimeters. So for Baclia, it's much better to make a video in fall right now. So it's not all. So these wings on the fruit are very strange morphologically because they are not calyx. There's something else. Flower has calyx and probably corolla. It's still discussable because this kind of nectar disc, which some people, well, they regarded as remains of corolla. But anyway, what are these wings? They are probably epicalyx, so additional external calyx, which is actually unknown in Santalaceae except for Baclia, but known in some close families, for example, Alacaceae. And actually people know that epicalyx, external calyx, is frequently present in Malva family. So hibiscus, for example, always has this epicalyx. So epicalyx of Baclia in a fall time will form this interesting, typically 4 wings, which might be helping in distribution of the fruit. Well, so edibility, epicalyx, and as in many Santalaceae representatives, development of like whole embryo is quite unusual because for some strange reason in parasitic flowering plants, especially in this group like Santalum, Santalaceae in general, well, Viscum, which is mistletoe, and many other relatively well close genera and families, the female part of the embryonic development is extremely reduced. So like typically oval is not developed at all. And so plant will develop kind of female organs in the center of which will develop the embryo sac. It's completely unusual. For flowering plants, this group of families is absolute exception. While still not quite clear why parasites will have reduced female part of the life cycle. And this reduced female part of the life cycle, these interesting flowers and everything else, will end up in development of these wonderful fruits which are hanging from branches of Baclea right now. And the valley nearby of Congo Sun Mountain on November 5th. Thank you very much.